Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I told you yesterday, he's like Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead, a Rice graduate like myself.
You went to school with a guy who created Beavis and Butthead?
He was about 2 years older than me, Bo.
King of the Hill, too.
Mike Judge has no connection whatsoever to Rice University.
You guys are horrible.
No.
If the guy wants to go through life thinking he went to college with the creator of Beavis and Butthead, what's the harm?
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo
There we
Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Man, it's one of those days where there's just a lot to talk about. Pittman was speaking yesterday, and I know we've got some stuff from that. The permanent opponents are going to be announced in a special tonight on the SEC Network, but we already know. And
That's like knowing the college football playoff teams exactly before they do the show to unveil who they are. It's like the NCAA tournament bracket already being released before they do the selection show.
well, it's
It
like
kinda
we
takes
had,
the zing out of the.
Kind of like seeing your Christmas present in your parents' closet before Christmas.
That's right.
You know what you're getting.
And you wish you had to have seen it.
Well, we asked Dari last week if there was going to be a special.
Boy, he went. He
And I mean, it was
cowered right
radio
away. He just
silence, man. I mean, he
froze
didn't.
right up.
He didn't want any part of
Well,
that.
clearly there had been a mandate
Exactly.
that nobody could say.
An edict.
Let's stop pretending like we need a television program for this.
I'm going to steal Chuck's line here right out of the gate. The next time the SEC makes an announcement, and it's good for Arkansas, we'll be the first one.
That's right. Well,
That'll
you've
be
got
the first
that.
time.
You've got that drop that we always play. That says, "When's the last time the SEC had an announcement to make?" And he thought, "Man, that's going to be good news for us."
Yeah.
I know people are excited about playing LSU again, and people, what people miss is that Friday after Thanksgiving battle for the boot. That's what they miss. But they're getting LSU instead of Ole Miss, so now you've got 3 9, 10-win teams as your permanent opponents: Missouri, LSU, and Texas. So saddle up.
I'm going to need probably an attitude adjustment sometime here early in the show, or it's going to be a bad day.
Uh-oh.
Like
Wow.
I don't really have a lot of positive things to say today.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's understandable. How about this?
And by the way,
I think I can help.
I think I'm sort of like a lot of people right now.
Well, that's
It's just like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
These days are made for Bart.
well. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know that I can do a lot.
The
but
20-minute window of Bart was pretty good this morning.
Yeah.
We always talk about the 20. We talked about you while you were gone about the 20-minute window
sure
when
you
you
did.
come in. Of we're not quite sure what to do for 20 minutes with you. Like it could be like you don't say a word. You could be bebopping around.
Yeah.
You could just be sort of even keel. Hey guys, good morning. You could not say a word. And then about 6:20, 6:30. You're usually back. You're usually whatever you came in with.
I understand.
You're good. But this morning you look ready to go.
well,
I sensed you were down after golf yesterday, but you've rallied today. You've
Look,
rallied today.
I'll be perfectly honest. I slept horribly last night, but I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll give you, Bo.
What happened?
I just didn't sleep particularly well. Just was tossing
Were
and turning.
there a lot of things on your mind?
Probably.
Yeah?
I don't remember what they were.
Okay,
but-
well, that was going to be the next question. What was on your mind? What was bothering you?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of things bothering me, but look, this is what I'll give you.
You want to share?
No, sure don't. Sure don't.
Just give us a couple.
Let's go to the vault.
Just a couple things.
Just air a couple of grievances.
Yeah, make me feel better. Like I said, I need an attitude adjustment. This is helping.
Well, I mean, look,
There was a homeless man asleep in your parking spot.
I noticed that. I noticed
This
that.
morning?
I did not park.
I mean,
in
we
my
think
same
he's
spot.
asleep.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Look, I'm something that's been on my mind is trying to figure out what to do with the football team and where things stand right now.
What's your solution,
And,
Bart?
I don't. They got to be better, man. They just got to be better, flat out. Like, what was it? The Allen brothers used to say, "Just don't suck."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, I don't think they suck.
Oh no, we suck again.
I don't think they're there. I mean, look, they're 2 plays away from being 4-0, but just the losing and the way they keep losing year after year. We've talked about how like teams are new rosters, year to year now in college athletics. More often than not, you have so many new players, so it's impossible to say that like the problems from a year ago are the same problems that they're having this year. Like talk about the fumbles and Mike Washington fumbling. That was like the second lost fumble he's had in the last 3 years of his career. So that's not a carryover from last season, right?
I don't know.
But
Ben.
But the way they keep losing games, the way they keep blowing leads, the way all those types of things keep happening, that's the program right now. And they got to figure out how to get past that or
How do you do that? How do you
we know how things are going to go.
How do you figure that out? What do you do, Bart?
Man, you gotta find a new way to communicate the message, or you either got to get better players, or you got to get different voices. I mean, what do you do?
It really is bizarre.
What do you do?
Well, you do all the things. I mean, honestly, like to be serious about it, you do all the things. I mean, I've been to so many football practices. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't care if I ever go to another one again. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, I've been to so many practices for work that I could never, like, if you said, hey, you can't ever go to another football practice, I'd I'm fine with that. And what I mean is the monotony and the minutia and the boring and the stuff that you've got to do and that you've got to pay a lot of attention to and really stay on top of with a high amount of accountability and energy and effort.
Yeah.
And I'm not suggesting that doesn't happen there, but I'm just saying that's what gets you to those points where the little things don't creep up and get you beat. The fact that Pittman yesterday was saying things like lack of tackling generally comes from, or oftentimes comes from, low effort. I think, is this the clip, Edward, right here? Like, how are we talking about that in game 4?
We didn't run to the football and we didn't tackle well. A lot of times not tackling is effort. Obviously it's technique, but it's effort.
I mean, like, you can't have a game at Memphis where you lack effort.
We didn't run to the football and we didn't tackle well. A lot of times not tackling is effort. Obviously it's technique, but it's effort. With the more we had more missed assignments offensively, especially in the third quarter, than we've had this year. And it wasn't this guy, it was this guy or that guy or that guy or that guy. We obviously, have more turnovers. We have had. Yeah, I mean, there's some things that mentally, it's just not a physical game that mental effort, and it may have something to do with the heat or what, I don't know. We've got to find that out today. So it doesn't happen to us again. But I thought we were either fatigued or we weren't playing hard enough, or both, or on defense as well, especially.
I can't with that. There are lots of things there to break down. I mean, there are lots of things there to break down. But as Bart steps away,
I can't.
Go ahead.
I was
Bart.
outside all day Saturday in Memphis. It was not that hot.
Oh, come on. You can't compare playing golf to
No,
that.
I understand that.
It got hot in the second half as compared to the first.
It was not
Listen,
that
hold on. I'm going to argue with you. Bart, my son was shooting the game, and he said it was brutal. And he had a camera, not pads and play. But
both sides played.
Having said that, you got to be prepared to play.
Look, I understand how much hotter it is down on the field. I've been down on the field. I understand all that. but give me a break, man. Like, just give me a break. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. Like, that's what that is.
What were you going to say, Chuck?
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Interrupted
That's
your
all
point.
right.
Like,
That's all right. It's fine.
all I heard was an excuse.
I feel your frustration, Bart. I feel it all the way across the room. It seems to me like they're missing an alpha dog on really both sides of the ball. And hear me out on this. Defensively, you've got to have that guy that everyone's about half afraid of. And I think Arkansas's got a lot of good players on defense, but they don't have a game changer. They don't have a guy that can wreck the other team's offense and just ruin their day. Great defenses have one guy over there that ruins the other side's day. They game plan for him all week long, and no matter what they do, they can't stop him. We don't have that guy. And then on the other side of the ball, we don't have Diego Pavia, who came to town and said, I don't care if we've been 0-12 for the last 15 years. I'm the best quarterback on the planet. Just like Ryan Mallett walked on this campus. He didn't care what had happened before him, and he really didn't care what was going to happen after him. He really didn't. Mallett came to town, and it was the Ryan Mallett show from the day he set foot on this campus. You've got to have that guy. You got to have one on each side of the ball. Taylor Green is a great player, but he has become a great player while he's here. Taylor Green didn't walk on this campus thinking I'm the biggest and the baddest and nobody can stop me. And I'm not saying you have to have that at the quarterback position, but you got to have it from somebody. You got to have it from somebody over there. I think they need I just think they need an alpha dog on both sides of the ball, a guy that others follow, a guy that again, about half the team's afraid of. You need that guy, and they just don't have that guy. At least I don't see him right now.
All that would really help. Yep. The other thing is Xavier Sorey, who may be your best player on defense coming into the season. Larry Worth, who we raved about from his play last year. I don't know whether they're hurt. I don't know. But I just know they're not the same guy they were last year.
This started with me I was supposed to be giving you something to better your mood, Bo, and I feel like I took it in a different direction.
I think my mood is symbolic of where a lot of people are, and it's just to
goes
sum
up
it
and
up.
down.
Yeah, it's not to maybe I shouldn't use the word bipolar, but I think here's to sum it up. What do you do with this? I don't want to say nobody's doing anything, but what I preached about all off season was like, let's get to the season, like let's quit speaking things into existence before they happen. And let's let these new players, all these transfers and the coaches who went out to fill the holes. It looks like this is going into the season. They've done that. We expect Talon to have a great year with Petrino. And, they got some questions to answer on defense. But let's just, until we see different, let's trust that they did that until we have a reason to complain about it. Well, even the Ole Miss game, I'm really not going to sit here and complain much about other than they turned the ball over because Ole Miss seems like a pretty good SEC team. You're on the road at night and all that, and you fumble to lose the game. Well, Saturday was a whole different deal. And we looked at it on the schedule, and it looked like a trap game because it's between two really big games. But where this team was after losing to Ole Miss, you can't afford to not have a big effort or just I'm not saying you got to play above your head. You just got to play with all you got. And it didn't look like they did that. And that game was so deflating. I can't imagine this team rallying from it. And the way the body language and the aftermath of the game went, that was an indication it's going to be like the air was out of the beach ball and there's a hole in it. And so 4 games in, the hard part for me, and I think it's probably the general mood of fans, is like, what do I do with this? Am I angry? Am I like, oh my gosh, we got to go 8 more games with this? We looked at the schedule the entire off season. Do I really expect them to come out and almost win again against Notre Dame? Or what if they do win? And then there's an off week. And then they go to Tennessee. Like, what do I expect then?
If they've got a great game in them, we'll see it this week. I don't know if they do, but if they do, we'll see it this week. What happens sometimes in these situations is that you'll see great effort. You'll see great effort the next week. And then as the season wears on, the schedule, as you talk about.
Wears you down.
The body blows just keep coming. And by the end of it, the rope's a distant memory, but
hanging onto the rope.
Yeah, but I really don't think, even though I'm very well aware that the majority of the fan base, I mean, I know where everyone is. I'm not being critical. I understand where everybody is. I do think we'll see really good effort initially Saturday. I think the question's going to be what happens when something goes wrong. What happens then? Because look, we've seen it before. I'm not naive. I've been around it a lot. It can spiral quickly, and when that snowball starts rolling, good and bad, I mean, it's hard to stop it.
Bruce Pearl has retired.
That's what I hear.
It's 6:18. The Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want real action, and the wait is over. Live racing is back. Every weekend brings big moments, big crowds, and your chance to feel the thrill of a big win. The holiday racing season begins Friday, December 12th, and runs through January 4th. Then the excitement returns with the classic racing season, January 30th through May 2nd. It's racing, it's winning, it's everything you've been waiting for. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've known you for 25 years. I've never seen you hug anybody.
Well, I am a hugger, but just not in this room. Just not here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, we could all use a good hug today. Why don't you mix it up a little bit?
The big collective hug.
Why don't you mix it up a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, we're
Change
going to have to come up with some things today to just sort of, I don't know, feel better. Maybe some breakfast. Maybe a good, nutritious breakfast.
What makes you feel better?
I'm with
when,
that
like, you're
idea.
at your lowest point.
What makes you feel better?
Yeah.
Flight by Yingling.
Is that it? Yeah, fair enough. It's after lunch somewhere.
Sitting here on the studio desk, man. I don't know.
That's been there a while.
Oh.
Did you ever twist the top on that? Is it still?
I don't think so. Maybe I did.
I think you did.
For
Bet that's tasty.
I just did.
Yeah, you did right there. I heard
That's
it.
too bad. Just
I guess you have to drink it now.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll. I don't think we're there yet.
Okay.
But the real test will be: does this 16-ounce resealable twist-off bottle from Flight by Yingling make it through the season?
We should start marking the levels on the bottle or on the bottle.
Well, I don't know. I don't think once you get started, I mean, you're just going to finish it. But I would just say, like, tune in to the Chuck and Bo Show daily to see if it's still here.
It's been sitting there
just
for
watch
what?
on YouTube.
6 months?
Oh, yeah.
7, 8?
Oh, at least.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's been there a while.
I think there may be one cold one in the fridge if Bart didn't take it to his golf tournament.
I did not know.
You still have cases left in your office?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well,
are the Pullmans big drinkers when they play golf? Are they? I just wondered.
Why couldn't you just leave it at big drinkers?
No,
are they big drinkers?
Well, we are Irish Catholic.
Well, that's why I asked.
Seriously, people are sending in fixes, and none of them make any sense. Some of them are funny, I guess. I'm probably not going to read them. You can call the show at 877-377-6963. But fans, I think, want a fix. They want to know, like, they want to hear something that's going to make them feel better.
Well, you want it fixed now. I mean, if you're a fan,
just want to win.
you
want to win games. That's what you want.
And so, because of that, when Brandon Marcello said on his podcast, that Petrino had been working the phones and was getting himself in a position to be the interim coach or whatever. I think that went viral, and I think it was because people are looking for something to hold on to that will make sense to them, that will give them a chance to maybe have a better season.
Well, I think a lot of Razorback fans, and I think it's a sizable group, feel like, hey, Bobby's going to come in and save us all. He's going to come in and make this right. And so there's the sense that when you say, well, he's preparing to take over, there's part of that's, know your audience, give them what they want. And I'm not doubting for a second that someone told Brandon that. I don't doubt that for a second.
Right.
But I do doubt, knowing the two of them, as I said yesterday, I do doubt that's what's happening. I don't believe that part of it.
Well, regardless, what is the answer? And that's what they got to figure out. And by the way, Petrino, and I like Petrino just like anybody. I mean, I enjoy spending time with him. I think he's brilliant. I like Sam. I think Sam is a good football coach, regardless of what everybody else says. Don't disagree with any of the things that have gone wrong or him not being responsible for it. He is responsible for it. But don't forget, Bobby's last run at Louisville wasn't great. There is no magic, and here's the thing. I wrote this down today. Like, what do you want to do with Arkansas football? You're in charge, okay? You're the governor. Or you're a high level influential booster for the University of Arkansas. You donate money. You're connected. You've got lots of it. You've been successful. What do you want to do? You're that person today as you drive to work. You're that person. What do you want to do with Arkansas football? Because here's what we always hear on this show and everywhere else that people are talking sports. This is all I hear. Got to put a new regime in there. Okay. That's it? That's it?
Yeah, I was thinking yesterday.
We've done that a lot.
I was thinking yesterday, if this happens again, when it happens again, I mean, at some point it will. There's going to be a coaching change again. It will be the 7th one that I've been through since I started hosting a talk radio show.
Boy, I wish I could get
in
some
Northwest
of those tapes.
Arkansas.
I'd love to hear that.
From the very first game I sat in that press box, they lost to the Citadel, and the next day Jack Groh got fired, and we've been trying to find the answer ever since. And but I was thinking about that yesterday. That's why I said yesterday, I hope we can someday get to the point where we don't always end up back at the same spot. I'd love to see that happen.
That's part of the thing I'm bringing up, right? Because that's what happens. So what is it? We've got to take the conversation beyond just change the AD, just change the coach. What else has been missing through all of those coaching changes? By the way, Chuck, we did an entire year on the old sports talk show of a coaching search because Petrino got fired in April, and then you had the entire football season where bless his heart, John L's not going to be back for a second go around.
That ULM game kind of sealed that.
Yeah.
I got no answers.
I mean, really. And that about drove me out of the whole thing right there. Bart had a top 25 candidate list every week on the show.
Oh, my gosh.
He did.
Top
25. Great radio.
Do you have one of those? Do you have the notes for that somewhere?
Somewhere I do.
Who the top 25 coaches were?
Somewhere I do.
Do you remember?
They might be in my office right now.
Was Mark D'Antonio on the was he on the top of the list at one point, like number one in your rankings?
I don't know if he was ever number one.
Do you know who never made the top 25 the whole season? Brett Bielema.
Yeah.
Never
even received votes.
Never thought he was
even
available.
received votes.
Never thought he was available.
And then Bielema penned that letter to Jeff Long.
Look, there are some regrettable names on that list.
And a relationship was formed. When's the last time you wrote someone a handwritten note?
It's been a while, I have to admit. I mean, I've sent a lot of what I consider
birthday
to be
cards.
meaningful texts, but I can't say that I have,
Okay, that's what we should do today. We should write
Meaningful
heartfelt letters today. like maybe that'll change the mood.
Bo, when's the last time you wrote a handwritten note?
To FedEx yesterday to go ahead and leave the package at my door.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that was the last one. But I do like cards, like birthdays and
I've sent cards,
the kids and
cards. But now, in terms of like sitting down and writing a letter like you used to write to your grandparents when you were kids, I haven't done that.
Do you think Arthur wrote letters?
Yes.
Yeah, we should.
Certainly.
You know what would be a great joy is to get a letter from Arthur.
A long one.
To the Chuck and Bo
A long, rambling letter from Arthur.
But we have to write them back. I wish we'd have known Arthur when he was in. And we could have we could have
privileges?
Even without it, he could have written us letters and we could have read them on the air. we could have wrote them back. He could have been the first pen pal of the Chuck and Bo show. 6:32. Good morning. See, this is what the Chuck and Bo show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, Confidence and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
we, and I include myself in this, we like to think we know what we're talking about, but sometimes we do miss the mark. I mean, sometimes we do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What if they beat Notre Dame Saturday? Seriously, what if?
Yeah.
Because I've heard people say that would be the most Arkansas thing that could happen, is they go out and beat Notre Dame on Saturday. What if they do that?
Absolutely.
Where's everybody then?
Yeah.
Because, look, we've been through this before where you got about half the fan base ready to move on, maybe over half the fan base. I don't know, but you got people ready to move on, but you still got a bunch of the season left. It's like, what do you do as a fan?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear it now. Coming up next on the College Football Playoff Selection Show, will a 10-2 Arkansas get left out of the playoff because of that loss to Memphis early in the season? I'm
not saying that. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying
what if they win? What if they win?
I mean, it is. Listen, here's the thing. At the end of all of the talking that we've been doing and will continue to do, they're 2 fumbles away potentially from being 4-0. I mean, I know that makes you throw up in your mouth a little bit when you say it, or when you hear it, you don't like it. But that's also true.
I don't expect him to get shut out Saturday. I don't expect him to not score Saturday. I hope they can stop the other side from scoring, but I don't expect Arkansas. I know they struggled in the second half against Memphis, but I expect them to score points Saturday.
Well, they plan on winning.
I mean, guys, we didn't get beat by 100. We lost 2 games. Our plan is to beat Notre Dame. What do we need to change? We need to tackle better. We need to run to the ball better. We need to take care of the football, and we can win games. So I'm not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. The public will, but we've got a good team. We're doing the right things. We got to hold on to the football, and we got to tackle better, and we got to play harder.
I'm just asking. What if they win? Where are you if they win? Does it change anything? For some, it might change everything. For some, it changes nothing. I get it. I mean, we've been here before.
Are we in that zone where people are rooting for Arkansas to lose?
I think there are
Razorback
maybe
fans?
some of them that are ready, in their minds, they're ready to get it over with. They're ready to get to the finish line, whatever it is, just wherever they are when we get to the weekend after Thanksgiving. Let's just get there. I think that's where some people are. I don't think everybody is, but I think some people are, yes.
Some people want to change right away. What do they have a better chance to have a good season or the best, whatever the best version of this season is going to be? Do you have a better chance keeping things together or making some sort of change?
First off, the idea that John Gruden's going to get out of every contract he's signed right now and is going to come in and take over the team during the open week. I mean, people have this idea that you can just go out and get anybody you want whenever you want if you throw enough money at them. And so that's my way of saying you play the season out. The idea that you're going to hire, again, this is not baseball.
So you're saying they can get Gruden at the end of the year?
You got to wait till the end of the year before you hire a guy like that. But most of the time when you hire an interim coach in football, you're just playing out the string. We've had interims here. When did those guys, when did it get appreciably better?
How about we do this today? Most ridiculous thing you've heard since Saturday's loss. Since the game ended on Saturday, most ridiculous thing you've heard.
Chuck saying, what if we win this week?
Me saying, will a 10-2 Arkansas get left out of the playoff because of that early season loss to Memphis?
Most likely.
You think that would keep them out?
To answer your question. Unless Memphis made the playoff.
Here's a caller who needs no introduction. Hello.
Big Keith up in the house. What's up, Chuck?
Broke Keith up in the house. Keith, that 16-team parlay, I mean, that thing got shot all to hell Friday night.
13-3, brother.
But you didn't even make it to Saturday. You got to be perfect.
16-0.
I mean, you didn't even get to Saturday.
Hey, 13, that is when that's why if I'm doing a 16, I only bet a little bit so I can win a lot. It's a kind of thing. But I was over $800. I did a 10 parlay, and my 10 all hit. So
well, that's great, man. I'm happy for you.
I didn't know you guys. I thought you guys were wanting me to try to tell you how I win the big money.
No.
Sometimes I do hit the big money like that.
We were interested at the start, but not really anymore.
Well, hey, I got 13-3 out of 16. I can give you 10 though. I'll give you 10 this coming Thursday, and we'll see then. All right.
All right.
So did you win money? Just to be clear, did you win money over the weekend?
Yeah, I won $5,000.
How did you do that?
I bet a 10-team parlay, and I bet I think about $300. I think
a 5-team parlay.
No, a 10.
A 10-team parlay.
Yes.
You guys were.
And I had a couple upsets. I had like Syracuse winning. I had Texas Tech beating Utah. Which I heard you guys were making fun of me earlier.
No. That's Bart.
No, I meant last week. You guys were saying, I don't know what Keith.
I'm gonna need to see the winning slip. Send in a screenshot of the winning slip.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
yeah.
Let's see where it says you won $5,000.
Can you send that?
I could try to. If they do it, I don't know if they. I'll look it on it and see my previous bets.
Are you legally betting, or is this like something in the back?
No, I'm legally.
You take a screenshot.
No, man. Hey, Oakland.
I think this is. I think the whole story's falling apart.
If it's Oakland,
the whole story's falling apart.
If it's Oakland, you can go see your previous wins and losses.
Yep.
And
Well,
take a
I'll do it.
screenshot on your phone and text it in.
We're gonna do the 24-hour interview with Keith until we get the
We're
truth.
gonna break him down 48 hours.
And Thursday, I'm going to do only a 10 pick this time, so you guys can see the winnings there.
Yeah, so you can go to your winnings there at Oaklawn Sports, and you can screenshot that.
Bart's showing
and
right now.
You can send it in. Bart's, he can tell you how to do it. He wins all the time. Wow. He looks at his
I got it.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
So,
but
congratulations.
You stole my thunder. Hey, thank you. But you stole my thunder a little bit. I was going to say the craziest thing I heard was when you were saying, what if they beat Notre Dame? That's what I was saying.
Oh, do you think that's crazy? Do you think it's crazy for them to beat Notre Dame?
Yeah.
You don't think it's possible?
We might not win another game the whole season.
Might not.
Yeah. I don't see it.
That is a possibility. Okay, let's go there real quick, Keith. Let's make a bet. You want to? Just a fun wager here. All right. What do you want? You want like $50 dinner? Like, yeah,
that's fine.
I give you $50 for dinner. You give me $50 for dinner. That'll cover a dinner for two at Applebee's.
What are we doing?
Arkansas wins another game this year. You have Arkansas not winning another game this year.
All right, but who do they have left? You got to tell me who they have left.
Well, you already said.
I haven't looked it up.
Well,
I said I don't think they're going to win one.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you already said.
Do they have any more Memphis type teams?
Well, no, but they don't want a Memphis team. They didn't win that game. They've got Notre Dame at Tennessee, Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, LSU, at Texas. By the way, the LSU game's in Baton Rouge, and Missouri and Fayetteville.
Yeah, no, we won't win another game.
All right, so it's done.
All right, I'll put that on there with you. Okay. I'll put that with you.
All right. Well, actually, you should give me more. If you win, you should give me more money for dinner than I give you because of all the money you're making. But I'll settle for 50-50, all right? 50 to you or 50 to me. You got that, Edward? It's 6:47 here on September 23rd, and me and Keith have we've got a dinner bet, a friendly wager that Arkansas will win. I'm on the side of Arkansas will win another game this season, and Big Keith in the house says they will not.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Keith.
All right. Hey, I'll call you Thursday.
Send that screenshot.
All right, call Thursday. Send that screenshot. We need it today.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I feel better already. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Chuck has thoughts. I'm going to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
High school
Pro sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea, and when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
WT Equipment is overstocked on new Bobcat equipment. The lots are packed and ready to move with special fall deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built for any job. Take your pick from compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more, all backed by WT Equipment's trusted service and support. And don't forget, WT Equipment's Fall on the Lot community event is Saturday, October 4th from 12 to 4 p.m. Food, games, prizes, and family fun only at WT Equipment.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen. The Chuck and Bo Show.
the Sphere, it's hard to describe. I know many people have gone. I mean, the seats vibrate.
I've been places where the seat vibrates.
Yeah, well, that's not
a concert.
That's not.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah. How do you feel about my wager with Big Keith in the house?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna win.
I mean, just the chances of them.
You're going to win, but the question is it going to get paid out?
A season gambler.
No chance.
I was never in it for the money. I mean, you'll take me to Applebee's. I mean, I'm not worried about that. Will you guys pitch in and cover it if I lose?
No, I don't. I don't think so.
If Arkansas doesn't win another game, will y'all cover it?
I'll cover it for half that lunch that Big Keith's going to buy you, because I know it's going to be a good lunch.
It's going to be. Well, I didn't say anything about we're just going to exchange the transaction.
I understand. You're going to Venmo,
and then I'll take.
You're not actually going to break bread together.
No,
lunch means I'll buy you lunch. Means I'll Venmo you.
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
I understand,
but I think I don't know.
He's too smart for me.
I mean, listen. Maybe we need to get Bart and Big Keith start a podcast together.
I don't think that's necessary at all.
That would be fun. That would be a fun listen.
What would the name of it be?
Big Keith in the house with Bart.
Featuring Bart Pullman.
I don't like
Big
that.
Keith in the house with Bart.
I don't like anything about that.
Bart's house.
Hey, mark your occasions. Mark your moments at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. Everybody's got a story, and along the way, in our journey of life, things happen, and you want to remember them, and Blakeman's is a great place to do it. Boy, they've got an amazing showroom there. I don't even know, I've run out of ways to describe it because you run out of words when you're in there. The private showing rooms, the displays, the timepieces. They are where Arkansas gets engaged. I mean, if you're looking for a diamond, they've got their own diamond tier. It's just on another level. But it's not really just about the jewelry at Blakeman's. It's about your story. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Well, it's almost 7 o'clock, and here we are on a Tuesday. Good morning.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call. Chevy of Fayetteville has over 200 new vehicles on the lot right now. So if you're in the market, now's the time to make a move. That includes the brand new Chevy Traverse, the Chevy Trax, and all the favorites like the Tahoes and Suburban. And for truck lovers, there are Silverados in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eye. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
It's amazing how many people will follow you just to tell you how terrible you are. And I was like, well, why are you following me? Think that's Twitter. Think about
I know
that.
it is.
Think about that.
I feel smarter not being on.
Think about following people that you don't enjoy following.
Now, look, I like
People
stirring
are
stuff
looking
up
for
as
a
much as anyone. I mean, you guys know that. But some of this stuff on Twitter, it's like, you people are just looking for a fight. Bo could say the sky's blue. Somebody that doesn't like Bo, by God, that's a black sky.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, let's start on the Chuck and Bo show.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Boy, the show within the show.
The game within the game.
Is we got some things to figure out here. We'll get to that momentarily after we take Adam's call. Adam has phoned in from Fayetteville. Adam, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
Doing great.
Well,
how are you doing?
We're hungry, and that's part of what's going on here. But how are you?
I was going to say, I'm a little winded. I just got out of hockey practice up at Springdale, but
you probably feel good then. Probably feel good. Got the endorphins going.
Oh, yeah, a little bit until I had the McDonald's breakfast, and that set me right down.
Yeah. Well, you've earned it, you know.
That's so true.
That's what I told myself.
Hard morning of hockey.
You told yourself. Yeah, and now you're like, oh, man. I might have to go back to sleep.
Exactly. That's what I'm about to do after this call. Anyway, I was just going to ask, what is the difference, if there is any, between the team that lost by one score to Ole Miss and the team that lost by one score to Memphis? Because it's purely based on the opponent we played, but one team looked like it could contend in the SEC because we went to a hostile environment at night in Oxford, and the other game, we went to a not sold-out stadium in Memphis midday, but we both lost in pretty much the same fashion. So
yeah, it's a good question.
I just want to know, is there a difference between that?
I think part of what happens is when you go play Memphis and then you let them hang around, their energy level goes up and yours starts going down a little bit, and you're just sort of hanging on and you think you're going to be able to finish it off, but you're not playing with the inspired effort that you had at Ole Miss. We talk about it in football all the time, like letdown games. And it's a real thing. And we also talk about you don't let an underdog hang around because when you do, the momentum's clearly on the side of the underdog late in the game. And I felt like that was part of what happened. I don't know. I hate to say Arkansas wasn't motivated going into that game, but, boy, they didn't look like they brought the effort and the energy that they seemed to bring against Ole Miss. The other thing is I think Memphis outcoached them. I mean, Memphis was dialing stuff up Arkansas couldn't deal with.
That makes sense. I was going to say that onside kick really threw me off in the first half, but
they had some. That's another. Memphis was all in to win the game. You saw that an onside kick, the double pass that went straight up in the air. They looked foolish a couple of times, but they were trying everything, and some of it worked. But at the end of all of that, you still come down to one fumble at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I know we're all trying to make sense of it, Adam. And that McDonald's isn't going to help. You're tired. You're going to just take when you wake up, you're probably going to have some answers you don't have right now.
It's going to cause brain
fog. Well, I appreciate that. All right. Thanks for taking my call.
Hey, thanks
guys.
for calling, man. Have a great day. Adam seems like a good fellow. Got up this morning, got a workout in, played hockey at 5 o'clock
practice.
this morning.
I wonder if intern Jackson knows him.
I'll bet he does.
Wait a second. Is Jackson still an intern?
He is.
Is he still here?
Yes.
I haven't seen him in weeks.
He's been working.
We are struggling to.
He's been doing a good job.
Well, good. That's good to hear. Tip of the cap.
It's just not during. It's not at 5 a.m.
Listen,
he's not on the air and no one knows, is what you're saying.
For all
That's
the
right.
fun we've had at Jackson's expense that he earned, we love him and we're rooting for him. And I love a good story.
He's been helpful.
It sounds like a comeback story.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Thanks to your
tutelage,
sterling leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has
So-
he said, like, thank you for making a difference?
No.
Has he
No.
said anything like that?
No, I haven't heard that.
You're so smart.
I just wondered. I just wondered. Because you've obviously bonded. I mean, you have. Edward's getting a lot out of Jackson.
Bart's mad as hell. He's not going to take it anymore. I'm in some sort of weird mood where I'm like, what do we even do?
Yeah.
And Chuck's just smug as all get. And Edward's over there.
That's what makes the show fun.
Edward's over there building young men. he's just pouring into America's youth.
Yeah, we've got it all covered. We really do.
We do. What time's the bus ministry pick up on Sunday?
I'm
Are you
sure
driving the
it's-
school bus to
I'm
church,
sure
picking up
it's
the
coming.
kids?
Yeah, that's my role.
All right, what are
That
we
is
eating?
funny.
What are we eating for breakfast? This is seriously. I'm hungry. I'm getting hangry, and nobody can make a decision. And Bart threw out. He said, "I'm not doing kolaches anymore because it's messing with his figure."
I think it's more of like the gut biome is what I'm getting. Something internally
Hey,
is wrong.
I threw out yogurt parfaits, and that went over like a pregnant high jumper.
Whoa, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's been around for 40 or 50 years.
That's a good one. So what are you leaning towards, Bart?
I don't. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the people to weigh in.
What about a bagel?
Turkey
a bagel?
burger?
I'm
something
fine
like
with
that?
a bagel, a breakfast sandwich, anything like that.
How you feel about the old bagel, Chuck?
Chuck's not a bagel
No,
guy.
I'm not
What
really
about a
into
bagel
that.
sandwich?
No, I'm not really
What about
into that either.
what about Brahms?
Well, what are you going to get from there?
Well, what am I?
I
gonna
told
get, or
you what
do
I
want?
wanted. I want a
I'm
kolache.
gonna-
Go to a place that sells kolaches
I'm
and
gonna-
other
I'm
things.
gonna get
It's
Chuck
not
a-
that hard.
I'm gonna get the man a damn kolache. Okay.
I mean,
I'll go to two
we
different
go to places all the time, up and down this street. We get kolaches, and sometimes Edward gets something different. Sometimes you get something different. I mean,
What?
you get things different than kolaches.
yeah,
You don't get
Chick-fil-A.
kolache every time.
Yeah, well,
Right,
I'm
but we
saying.
go to one place and we either
The kolache place.
No, well, they do have other things. I mean, they got smoothies and sandwiches and you know whatever
All
over
right.
there. I'm not gonna venture into that part of the menu at that place. But
Good call.
they do have it.
So you guys make up your mind.
I'm just going. I'm going. I'll take care of it.
I'm looking at
well,
the Rick's menu right now.
Yeah. Well, look.
They sell other things besides kolaches?
Nope.
Just kolaches.
Rick's,
I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
they got
Yes, they
donuts
do.
and muffins.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go to a place like that. You can get what you want, and others can have what they want.
If you want a donut or a muffin,
How about a sticky bun?
This is unbelievable.
I'm out.
I wish everyone was watching the stream and could see the disgust on Chuck's face right now.
God.
I mean, it is so good. How about some egg whites? Oatmeal?
Just bring some breakfast. I don't care.
How about a smoothie?
I don't care. I don't care if you guys want smoothies. If that makes you feel good, then I'll try a smoothie.
This is the mood of the entire Arkansas fan base.
It really is.
Like
This is Arkansas in a microcosm.
Yes, this
right
is
here.
what's happening right now. And by the way, the Notre Dame game, Arkansas, Notre Dame, Oaklawn Sports. Did the door just slam?
Yeah, he
Yes,
slammed
he
it on the way.
slammed the door.
He probably woke up that guy sleeping down there.
He's gonna trip over the homeless guy. Buy the man breakfast, Bart, while you're out there.
He can't hear us.
Get him
anymore.
breakfast. We text him to get the poor homeless man sleeping in the parking lot breakfast. Tell him. Do it. Send him a text. This is of all the segments we've done, this is one of them right here. The sun's coming up. The sun's coming up today. It's going to be a good day. Arkansas is a 4.5-point underdog to Notre Dame. The line has moved to 4.5.
I'm telling you, people are contemplating what if Arkansas beats Notre Dame. They really are. I mean, seriously. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but when the line moves from 6.5 to 4.5, people are thinking about it.
Well, I think
I'm not moving the line.
America-
You're not moving the line.
America is thinking Arkansas is better than they played at Memphis. Notre Dame's not as good as people thought they were at the beginning of the year. And if you're ever going to get a max effort game, Memphis, you knew everyone thought Memphis would give Arkansas a max effort game, like nationally, like on the broadcast they're talking about it. Got to win this game if you're going to be a group of 5 team for a playoff. Well, theoretically, people expect that kind of effort coming off a loss like that, 2 losses, back-to-back losses. And it is true. How does the team respond when you know you played like crap and you're 2 plays away from potentially being 4-0? Like, can you get the team to rally around that?
Well, when you're the fan of the team, and you're disappointed, all you think about is the 2 fumbles. If you're a bettor living in, Arizona, you're looking at, 2 fumbles and, they're 4-0. And and Notre Dame, has not set the world on fire the way a lot of people thought that they would.
And if you're Notre Dame, okay, if you're Arkansas going to play Memphis, you're like, man, we just lost to Ole Miss because we fumbled. We should have beat them. We're pretty good. We're going to go play Memphis. We're going to roll, right? You're thinking that. If you're Notre Dame, you're thinking, man, they just lost to Memphis. We're going to go in there and take their lunch money.
Yeah.
Hey, that's just how it goes.
I want to mention, too, we just got a text about this. The SEC, the new 3-game permanent opponent, officially drops tonight, but we already know. It was Chris Lowe reported it yesterday. It's going to be LSU. This has changed over the last 3-4 months. Really, I guess it perhaps was a longer period than that. But you remember 2 years ago when they first rolled this out and we started talking about who the permanent opponents would be. At that point, it was going to be Texas, Missouri, and Ole Miss. That was set in stone. But that has changed now. And LSU is replacing Ole Miss as Arkansas's 3rd permanent opponent. Now, when you start looking at competitive balance and the way all this is shaken out, I don't know that Arkansas really got the better end of the stick. But
no, they didn't.
But LSU, Texas, and Missouri are going to be the 3 permanent opponents, and they're going to be that'll be made official tonight.
3 top 10 teams.
Yeah. That was basically what it is. Yeah. 3 teams that win 9-10 games a year.
What is wrong with us as a fan base? What is wrong with us? Why are we excited about the LSU game? Why would we be excited to have them as a why wouldn't we root for Kentucky?
We got for LSU. LSU replaced Alabama with Arkansas. We look at it from our perspective, which is understandable. But from LSU's perspective, they're not going to play Alabama every year. They're going to play Arkansas. I don't know if their people are upset about that or not. But I know that, for example, Alabama now. You know who Alabama replaced LSU with? Mississippi State. Alabama's going to play Auburn, Tennessee, Mississippi State. So they protected the teams at the top, and at least from a Razorback perspective, Arkansas kind of got the short end of the stick. Auburn's got to play Alabama and Georgia, too, every year. So it's fun to preserve these so-called rivalries, but sometimes it's like you look up, and once the excitement of playing that game again wears off, it's like, what are we doing here? We're playing LSU today, and the team we're trying to finish ahead of is playing Mississippi State. So that, but that's
got to get out of the SEC.
That's the way it's going. Well, I didn't say that, but I'm saying that's the way it's going to shake out tonight.
Get out of the SEC.
Yeah,
I'm glad we have LSU as a permanent opponent.
What's wrong with you?
I know that's might be an unpopular opinion in this room, but my earliest memories of Arkansas football, which it all ties back to this, is watching Arkansas LSU late in November after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
we're talking 07, 08, 09.
No,
those are my earliest memories, and I have a fond just watching the TV, watching LSU play us.
There's no doubt this is the game our fans want.
And
there's no doubt.
And I understand, you would rather play worse opponents, but I would rather play teams that we've historically played.
Yeah,
that's just my perspective.
I get it.
And I'm tongue in cheek on what's wrong with us wanting this game because I understand it, but at the same time, it's.
But just understand what you're asking for is all I'm saying.
You're playing.
Just go in with your eyes wide open. And don't expect it to always work out in your favor.
Upon further review, I don't know why we care. I mean, you're going to play 6 top 10 teams every year regardless.
I mean,
you just are. That's who you have to play, and you got to figure out how to get into the level of competition that you're going to be playing against every year.
And even if it was a Kentucky or a Vanderbilt or somebody else, we have no guarantee of beating that team either.
No,
So,
you're right about that. But I do think.
I mean, seriously.
Here's the thing. My view on this is if you're going to play LSU, that's fine. That's the game our people want for sure. And I would venture to bet that if you were to go to the average LSU fan and say, hey, who would you rather play, Alabama or Arkansas? They're going to be thinking about, we want to win that game. I'm sure they'll miss the Alabama game. But, LSU competes for championships, and they think in terms of that. And so I give them credit for that. But I just, when you look at, again, the teams that are traditionally toward the bottom, they're going to have the harder opponents in all this. And the teams that traditionally have been at the top that they feel like have a chance to get into the playoff, there's going to be a layup in there. And Arkansas doesn't have any layups in theirs. I think if they're going to play LSU, that Missouri needs to go away. That's what I think. I think there needs to be a lesser opponent in there, but it's not going to work out that way.
877-377-6963. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. What do you think Bart's going to bring back for breakfast? I can assure you that Chuck will get his kolache.
I would guarantee
Edward and I are going to be
lock.
left with scraps. First Security Bank never leaves you with scraps. They leave you with the lollipop. Right there, you still have that. You go through the drive-thru, you get that for Bennett sometime. Go through the First Security Bank drive-thru. More convenient locations all over the great state of Arkansas, helping Arkansans bank better every day. Check them out online, fsbank.com. Bank better at First Security Bank. Member FDIC. It's 718.
Bo, 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 Bo.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
That's special.
we, and I include myself in this, we like to think we know what we're talking about, but sometimes we do miss the mark. I mean, sometimes we do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
In a display of leadership that rivals Winston Churchill, Bart made incredible choices on breakfast.
This is the first time I've ever been compared to Winston Churchill.
I mean, I was just thinking,
Churchill-like, Bart.
It was the only way to describe how you were out in the wild, just making choices and doing the right things. You got Chuck 2 kolaches, and inexplicably got us something less healthy than a kolache. But thank you for the breakfast biscuit.
Oh yeah, those
from Brahms.
Those
I'm happy.
Those healthy biscuits. The way the grease collects on the paper. You guys really put one over on me. You healthy guys. I mean, come on.
Chuck, to be fair, it was these two who said, I don't want a kolache. It's messing me up.
It's too heavy on his stomach.
Like, what are you talking about?
Bart said that, and I supported it. And I said we should try egg whites or yogurt parfait. They don't have that at Brahms. No. Damon and Magnet Cove, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. It's 7:24. It's Tuesday, and the sun's coming up.
Morning, guys.
What's up, Damon?
Well, everybody wants a lesser opponent. I've been hearing everybody talk about that. We're getting screwed that we need a lesser opponent.
I know where this is going. Yeah, they had one on Saturday.
We don't need a lesser opponent. We need a coach that's going to make them lesser opponents.
So is that it? Is that your solution? Because this is what I always want to challenge us on. We've changed a lot of coaches. How's it going? Well, I contend there's more to. I'm not saying that things are going well right now. I'm saying that everyone's answer is so simple, it's almost maddening.
Just get a better coach.
I just get another coach. I mean, yes, they're going to change coaches. It's going to happen. Everybody knows that. Everybody. But what else is going to happen to change what's been happening for the last decade plus?
Well, there for close to a decade, we kind of halfway sucked in basketball. And then we changed to a good coach.
That's not true.
And now we've got a better coach.
No. Like with Cal, I mean, yes, when they got Muss, it was better. But with Cal, they didn't just get Cal. They changed a whole bunch of stuff. The recruiting budget is more. The travel budget is more. The assistant coach's salary pool is more. The head coach's salary is $5 million more or whatever than Muss made.
That's getting a good coach, so.
Well, what I'm saying is,
we're going to have to pay to get
what
a
I'm
good
saying,
coach.
But whose money are you going to pay to get that guy? Do you want to help pay for it? Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
No, I'm just asking.
I come to games.
I got you.
I go to games.
But I mean, are you willing to pay more?
I buy merchandise.
Are you willing to pay more?
Well, we have to pay more every year on everything else.
I'm just asking. I'm not passing judgment. I'm asking you sincerely. Are you willing to up the ante if you thought they were going to be better in football?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you should call.
We've got to do something, or we're just going to sit here and be Mississippi
that's
State
what I'm trying to tell you.
Every 10 years.
That's the drum I'm beating. Like, this is there are a lot of things that have to improve, that have to change. And right now, what I hear when Hunter goes out and says things about it is people make fun of him. And they don't want to hear it. When he went to the Touchdown Club a year ago, when he said, hey, we got to raise more money in NIL, I hate it, but we got to do it. And what did he say? However many families gave whatever amount of money, then that would be X, and that would really help us. And people just, they fell out. I mean, the backlash was loud.
Well, everything he said, good or bad, about NIL, there's been backlash.
And I'm not saying he said it just right, but that's not the issue. Like, the issue is, what are we going to do about it as a state? Like, what What do you want to do with football? And it takes a lot more than just the coach. Yes, you can go hire whatever coach. You're going to have, we'll have this coaching search at some point, and everybody will get to say, hey, get that guy, get that John Gruden, the craziest names in the world. And they'll probably land on somebody that's, middle of the road. But let's just pretend they could go get the biggest name that you could ever imagine they could get. But what is that person going to get when they get here? And what are they going to be working with when they get here? Because if you don't have it, they ain't coming.
He's going to work with the craziest fan base he ever worked with. That ain't no lie.
Thanks for the call, Damon. Appreciate it.
All I'm saying is I wish they were playing somebody other than LSU, Missouri, Texas. I wish you had an easier team in there. And I'll go so far as to say this. If those are going to be your 3 permanent opponents, let's stop going to Memphis. Let's stop going to Utah. Yeah. Let's stop thinking going to Vegas in 2030 is a big deal. You better start scheduling some wins, because the way this thing's set up in conference, going forward, it's going to be even tougher. You've added Oklahoma and Texas. You got 3 permanent opponents that are 9 or 10 win teams, and the guys that you're going to rotate are going to be generally pretty good programs too. You got to be smart in what you're doing. And I know the thought is, well, if we don't schedule great out-of-conference games on the road, we're not going to be able to get those great out-of-conference ball games at home. I get the dilemma. But go back and talk to some of these old-timers about how you schedule a championship. That's part of it. That's part of the business of college football. And I just think those things are important. I know I may be the only one, but I think they're important.
Scott in Springfield, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, fellas. I agree with almost 100% of everything you guys are talking about. I also agree that we need to get rid of Mizzou if we're going to keep LSU and go another direction with maybe a Mississippi State or, I don't know, Vanderbilt. I don't know. But it is a dilemma. My problem is I have sitting back and thinking about Coach Pitt, and I'm telling you I love him. It just breaks my heart that he is where we're at with him. But I've lost faith. I go back and look at the inconsistency in terms of the games that we play. We have 1 week where we look outstanding, and then we turn around and lay eggs against, 23, Mississippi State, Auburn, and then last year we lay eggs against LSU, Ole Miss, played some good games, beat Tennessee. I mean, it's just and I think what it boils down to is accountability and effort. I think Coach, I don't know. I wish I did know, but. And what's the answer? Bringing in a new guy, there's no guarantees there either. It's almost like we're in a dumpster fire here, boys. I've lost faith in Coach Pittman.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly what we hear. And when you lose games, as Pittman said yesterday, that's what you expect to have happen. And they haven't won enough games. And there's I'm just pointing out there's a whole lot of other things at play. It doesn't mean that it's a reason to lose the way that you've lost some games. And I think the most disappointing thing about Saturday was just the effort. It just looked like the effort wasn't just in a microcosm. It's down to that last play where you got to stop them to get the ball back. And it didn't look like the defense sold out to stop them. It's 7:32. It's the Chuck and Bo Show on a Tuesday. Good morning. More of your calls coming up. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because we don't want
to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
WT Equipment is overstocked on new Bobcat equipment. The lots are packed and ready to move with special fall deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built for any job. Take your pick from compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more, all backed by WT Equipment's trusted service and support. And don't forget, WT Equipment's Fall on the Lot community event is Saturday, October 4th from 12 to 4 p.m. Food, games, prizes, and family fun only at WT Equipment.
Chevy of Fayetteville has over 200 new vehicles on the lot right now. So if you're in the market, now's the time to make a move.
That includes the brand new Chevy Traverse, the Chevy Trax, and all the favorites like the Tahoes and Suburbans. And for truck lovers, there are Silverados in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
Know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck's still going to call all the games this year. We're going to listen to you come in here and be tired, and 65% of you is better than 100% of everybody else. We'll take it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, what do you want to do to fix it all? 877-377-6963. Well, look, I mean, Vanderbilt, why is Vanderbilt having success? It's not just the quarterback. Is Mississippi State going to have a bowl year? Are they going to have 7 wins? Well, how many wins is Mississippi State going to have that we didn't think they were going to have? They got a new AD. Part of this is we're in a new era of college football. Exhibit A. Ready? Clemson. Like, you're going to have to do something different at Clemson.
Yeah, they're going to have to change directions.
I mean, they're going to have to pivot.
Yes.
And the people that are winning right now, Texas Tech, like we sat here and we doubted in the offseason, and we'll see how their year plays out. But we doubted, can you really just spend $30 million or whatever and buy a roster? Well, I turned on that Utah game, and I don't know how good Utah is other than what Bart tells me. And Texas Tech, Chuck, they look fast, athletic, explosive. And that's what you would expect from somebody that spent $30 million on a roster. And so, let's just watch the teams this year that end up having good years. And what are they doing as a program? And it's not just the coach, okay? And again, that's not the coaching debate is over. Like wherever you stand on that, I mean, there will be, unless some radical thing happens the rest of the way, it's just a matter of when. I mean, that's where we all sit here today and talk about this program. But I'm talking about the infrastructure to build a winning program. And that's, I don't believe we have that, right? Hunter Yurachek said it at the Touchdown Club. I mean, he told everyone. And so how does that change? Let's watch the teams this year that go out and have success, and Texas Tech looks like they're one of them. All right, Sydney's in Centerton. Sydney, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. Couple of questions about finances and the athletic director. What have you guys heard about the naming rights of the stadium, and how long has that been hanging out there? How close are we to resolving that? And then, secondly, I consider fundraising probably to be close to half of the AD's responsibility. What recent fundraising wins or fundraising wins in general over his tenure has Hunter Yurachek had? And I'll hang up and listen to you guys. Thanks.
Well, the most recent one's the basketball reseeding. I will be honest with you. When they said they were going to do that, I had some, just some good old-fashioned skepticism in the back of my mind. I didn't know if there was going to be enough money to go around. Quite frankly, I didn't know if they'd be able to pull it off. But it's worked. I mean, it's worked. It's made some people mad. I get that. I've heard from a lot of you.
Real mad.
But in terms of working from a financial standpoint, it has. It's brought in a lot of extra revenue. To be honest with you, I don't know where they are in terms of the naming rights, other than they've not sold the naming rights. And I don't know if they're close. Generally, if you're close with someone, you don't publicly say, hey, we're real close with somebody. You don't say anything until it's done. So I don't know where they are in that regard.
Yeah, I haven't heard an update on that. I think the problem, by the way, I mean, let's go back to Cowboy Stadium. Didn't it take a long time for that to happen with AT&T? I remember they didn't get it done. And the
lawyers get involved.
Well, I mean, part of it is you set a number, right? And you got to be careful about coming off of that number.
You're right.
And you got to stay there until, someone is going to, if you believe someone's going to find value in that. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say I heard that they had brought in, I don't know, a third party to help with that.
Yeah,
because there are companies that deal specifically with those kinds of naming rights. I don't know what all's involved with it.
I think it's all hands on deck. If there's an outside company, if there's someone from Learfield, if there's someone in the corner office down the hall that's got a prospect, they'd go after him. Here's the thing about naming rights for stadiums. You look at our state, like, for example, you've got the usual suspects. They're already worldwide brands. I mean, when you think about, return on investment, for example, that's, people love to throw that ORI term out there. The big companies in Arkansas, they're not, what are they going to gain appreciably by buying the naming rights to that stadium? And then on the other hand, you see this a lot in pro sports. There will be a company that does need to raise awareness. They need visibility for their brand, the .coms. You see that particularly out in the western part of the country. They'll sponsor an arena or a stadium for a short amount of time, and then they'll move on because their objective has been filled. We got lucky over the last 20 years in that the Donald W. Reynolds Foundation was the one naming rights sponsor. Certainly it would be nice to get one that, I would call a solid traditional sponsor that you could sign to a long-term deal. I don't know that that's out there. Hasn't been so far, evidently.
I got some thoughts. I'd love to have the Chuck and Bo show on the stadium, but we can't afford it.
I'm thinking bowl game. I'm thinking maybe small-time bowl games where we need to go.
Our name?
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo show. Let's start our own.
Yeah, the Chuck and Bo show.
We'll do it at War Memorial. Lane in Cave City, you're on the Chuck and Bo show.
Hey, guys. How are y'all this morning?
Doing okay. How are you doing?
Well,
Lane?
it's Tuesday, and we've got Notre Dame on Saturday, and we're talking about freaking
We're
stadium.
looking at the big picture.
I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, and I'm probably not going to help nothing with my question.
Well, it's fine.
But,
we're all just kind of figuring it out,
Yes, sir. Well, so here's my question, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or nothing, but I'm seriously wanting to know, like, am I missing something? But you was talking about how it don't matter, and I agree with y'all on who we bring in because of the situation in our football program right now, and that it's kind of bleak looking. But doesn't that say something on Hunter Yurachek that maybe, hey, we need an athletic director that's going to give us a brighter future? And I'm not saying that that's the move either of firing Yurachek, but I'm just honestly asking, is that something to think, to look at if we're saying we've got a bleak future looking at our football program?
Let me say this first. I don't mean to sound quite that bad about it. What I'm trying to say is there are more things, like you have to have alignment in our state leadership on what you want to do in football. And if you have a coach that people rally around, maybe that happens that way. But I think you're going to have a hard time getting a coach to come in and you present to the coach, if you're Hunter Yurachek, you present to the coach, here's what we have. And they say, well, I have this other job that's going to give me this NIL and that and whatever, and they're doing this with their finances and all that. Till all of that gets aligned, I think it's just harder. And I think right now, like Hunter can't just snap his fingers and make people do things. And I think there's more at play. Now, how you get there, I'm not telling you I have all the answers to that, but how you get there is more complicated than just, let's just hire this guy. Well, can you get that guy? It starts with that. We got to take a break. Thanks for the call, Lane. It's a fair question. I think when you're not winning at football in the Deep South or in the SEC, everybody's getting evaluated. And we've seen it for years, right?
That's right.
Over and over and over again. We saw it with Jeff Long and Bielema. And, of course, you're going to get calls like this about Hunter. Back in a minute.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's stunning to hear every 20 minutes a child is diagnosed with a critical illness. But we can help. Grant life-changing wishes with Waiters for Wishes and the Razorback men's basketball team. It's Tuesday, September 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Walk-Ons in Fayetteville. This private ticketed event lets you take photos, get autographs, challenge your favorite hog to a Pop-A-Shot, and bid on silent auction items, all benefiting Make-A-Wish Mid-South. Tables are limited and going fast, so reserve yours today at midsouth.wish.org.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Razorback Raffle is back. This raffle is a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or calling the Hogs anywhere in the great state of Arkansas. Our inaugural raffle jackpots grew to nearly $500,000 last spring. Now you can be our next big winner, even if you're not in the stadium. Get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win big right now at RazorbackRaffle.com.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Coach, we'll get you out of here with this. Can you describe Muscle Beach?
Well, there's a lot of talent out here. There's a couple 5-stars. And, one of my favorite activities is evaluating talent.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
RazorbackRaffle.com, Chuck.
Where's it at? Or
Get
what's
in,
it to?
Get in.
Where's it at? What's
right
the total?
now, it's not very high. It's $49,760. Winner would get $24,880. But I think it's going to go up during the game.
Does the mood affect whether or not people buy raffle tickets? Whether
Yes.
they're in a good mood or not?
I think so. And if Arkansas, if you feel like they're winning the game
It's
in the
a
fourth
mood
quarter,
buy.
the thing's going to go up.
Because, they sold them like crazy at baseball.
Yeah.
It's like people were buying them by the bunches during the game.
Need the mood to change. We need a win on Saturday. John in Mina, go ahead. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing okay, John.
I just want to let you. I'm a big Notre Dame fan. I didn't miss a game for 15 years up in South Bend. And I just want to say, with all your guys' I don't know how to say it. With all your drama that you got going up there in Fayetteville, I am not scared on Saturday.
Not even a little?
Not scared.
Not even a little?
Not even a little.
All
no,
right.
because we should have beat Texas A&M.
But you didn't.
SEC.
Arkansas should have beat Memphis
SEC
and Ole Miss.
No.
I think, John, that you are worried, and I think that's why you called.
No.
This is
you are.
This is phony
Admit
bluster,
it.
John.
Yeah.
We can read right
Admit
through
it.
you.
This is if you are the barking dog, I am walking towards you right now.
All righty. Well, I just want to let you guys know Notre Dame is not scared.
Well,
What about you, though, John?
Yeah, you sound fearful deep down inside.
Oh, we do have a little.
Yeah, now
we have a little. We got problems on defense. So
Yeah.
and you guys know.
Oh yeah. Now the truth
he
comes
was
out.
there for a year. You guys didn't even let him stay for a whole year. So, but yeah, I think Freeman, the defensive coordinator, that was a horrible hire for Notre Dame. That was a horrible hire.
So you are a little worried.
He's really worried.
You are a little worried. You've talked yourself into
You're not
genuine
just a
worry.
little. There's a lot of worry
By
here.
Saturday, John's going to.
Yeah,
I don't think we
I
can
mean-
stop anybody.
Are you going to go to the game, John?
I can't. I got to work.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
work,
don't want to
I
see
work
that.
every weekend.
You don't want to see that.
But I will be listening to on the radio, and I will be listening to the Arkansas broadcast this week instead of the Notre Dame broadcast.
Okay, John.
Thank you, John.
All right, John. Thanks for calling.
Fearful, John.
Fearful Notre Dame fan. Oh, we sniffed that right out.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
We were 0-5. They put us all in the coffin. They just didn't put the nails in.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What are you going to do tonight to celebrate?
I'm going to eat some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream with my wife and smoke a Cuban cigar and then probably go to the hospital.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
This is a bogus story. It's a clickbait article.
Well,
I didn't win any awards.
I don't know. Already a fan favorite across the natural state, Barrett is now the undisputed national voice of college sports excellence.
Wow.
That is an actual fake news article.
Yeah, there's a lot of that out there. But
it is total and complete clickbait.
Now, but here's the thing. Now, if we just follow the way of the world, we'll make it true.
This is the same place that reported my death.
Yes,
like
if you think
4 or
about
5
it,
months
how
ago.
remarkable is that?
Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I feel better, Chuck. I mean, it's 6:03 this morning. I don't know where I was.
Well, you needed the natural boost that comes from this show.
And I just feel like we've kind of talked it out a little bit. I want to wish Jason Gilbert a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Former Razorback. They call him Chop because he used to shoot from the logo. And his birthday today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Razorback great, Jason Gilbert.
Happy birthday, Jason.
There you go. If you have a birthday wish that you would like to send into the show, Bart
Whose
keeps track of
birthday
that.
is it today?
Bart's number's 9. What?
The late Ray Charles.
And Jason Gilbert's.
And Bruce Springsteen.
And
and Jason Alexander.
Some heady company.
Yeah. The late
Yeah.
Mickey Rooney.
Today's National Pot Pie Day.
Ooh, man. Good homemade pot pie. That's hard to beat.
What's National Snack Stick Day? What's a snack stick?
Like a
Slim Jim?
Like a Slim Jim, yeah.
Hey, Bart, I'm going to just ask that maybe you bring a little more effort. Under weather, you have rainy.
Yeah.
What
maybe
is
a day
this?
late. Well, it was yesterday.
Don't be out here talking about
rainy.
the effort of the football team on Saturday at Memphis.
I forgot to include the
You
high
put
temperature.
rainy for weather.
Is it supposed
Is
to
it
rain?
just like the whole state
yeah.
rainy? By the way, we were supposed to be at Big Creek today.
Yeah, that's
I've
right.
got the shirt on right here. Mountain Home, Big Creek, going to be a big day. It was going to be the debut of Breaking Bart.
Let's see what it's doing
we
over
had to
there right
reschedule. We're going for the 14th of October now.
Is that the day?
Yeah, look at that. A lot of red on the radar. Let's go to the phones here. Brian's in Greenwood. Brian, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, there was a caller about 30 minutes ago that I think was trying to make a good point, and I want to see if I can frame it up a little bit better.
Okay.
But he was talking about the trajectory of the basketball coaching hires the last 5 versus maybe the football. And it got me thinking that you had Heath and Pelfrey, and I'm going to compare that to Bielema and Morris. We were in the weeds, weren't winning much. Then you bring in Anderson, who has the heart of a Razorback. He made us decent. That's where Sam Pittman's at right now. Loves the Razorbacks, made us decent, has given us 3 or 4 bowl games, and we're relevant, even though we're not winning largely. Then we went out and made a no-name splash hire, or not a splash hire, I mean to say, but kind of a no-name from Nevada and Musselman. And that's got me thinking maybe you get somebody like Traylor out of UTSA, Dal Loggins out of Appalachian State, who can make us relevant like Musselman did, and then you can get your Calipari. So I think we're kind of like in the third coach of the last 5 basketball coaches, and that gives us hope, and that's why people may want to make a change, and that's how a coach can make a difference in the program, and hopefully we're on that same trajectory as the basketball team.
I have thoughts
All
on
right,
that.
thank you, Brian.
Thank you for
That's
your
all
call. We'll address that. And I did understand when the last caller mentioned that, and maybe we didn't fully respond to it. My thought is this. The difference now and with what you just described is the whole NIL situation. There is, a money situation in college athletics now that didn't exist back then. I'll also just say this. I thought Pittman actually did that for Arkansas. As far as becoming a, program that was able to compete again, like that, where Morris had it and to where Pittman got it, what was a big difference. The question now is how if you're hiring a coach, what do you tell them you're doing with all the things that you talked about, like at the Touchdown Club, when you say that you're not set up to win a national championship? What's that conversation like with the coach? What's the plan for them to be able to come in and compete at a higher level? That's the difference in the conversation now. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from there. And Muss deserves a lot of credit for making this, like, it's not as if Arkansas hadn't won a national championship before and you haven't done great things here and haven't had great moments in basketball. But what he did over a 3-year period of a Sweet 16 or better and 2 Elite Eights, that makes it more of an attractive job
But
to
now,
people.
I can also tell you, by the end of Musselman's time here, every time I was around, it's like, woe is me. We don't have any money. We're not going to be able to compete. We don't have enough money. And then that's part of the reason he left. They had it set up, and you look at, they're doing pretty well out there at Southern Cal right now in terms of their recruiting, and they're spending some money. And at Arkansas, it got worked out, all the money with Cal was worked out before we even knew Cal was a candidate. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been a candidate, and otherwise he wouldn't have come here. It can change in a hurry, but you've got to have 2 or 3 people behind the scenes that are making it happen financially. And it's hard to compare football and basketball, but I don't think people really understand that. And I'm not, believe me, I loved working with Muss. Muss was great, but Muss couldn't get out of here fast enough because he didn't think there was going to be the money for him to win. And a lot of the money that's going to Cal now was where the money, that's where Muss was trying to get money, and he couldn't. And so that's a big part of it. My point is it can change in a hurry, but if it's going to change in football, you've got to have the same type financial commitment behind the scenes before anybody comes in, and it's going to be much greater than people realize. The financial commitment to win in football is much greater than it is in basketball, much. And I don't know if people fully understand that.
Phillip's in Bentonville. Phillip, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, guys. Hey, kind of take it a different way, and I just kind of want to know your two opinion. Dabo Sweeney and Clemson is not doing very good. But is Dabo hurting himself by some of the comments he's making? And in the past year, he didn't want to do the transfer portal. He finally has kind of done some of the transfer portal. He's not real big on the NIL. He wants to do this and that and all this stuff. Is those catching up with him? And do you think that, those older guys that, like Saban and all them, is Dabo going to be forced out, or do you think he's going to retire?
I don't think he's going to retire.
He's already said he's not going to retire. Hey, you want to have fun for a second, Phillip?
Just for a second.
Just for a second. Yeah. So Dabo ends up at some point becoming Arkansas's head coach, and he brings Chad Morrison as the OC. We have our second Arkansas head coach return as OC. What do you think?
I pretty well doubt that Chad's more.
That didn't excite you?
No.
Okay.
All right, everybody sitting up. Everybody feet on the floor.
Thank you, Phillip.
I think about what Dabo said when the NIL and the portal first came out. He said a lot of the things the rest of America was thinking. I hate it. I'm not going to be part of it. Blah, blah, blah. This is terrible for college sports. We all said, man, Dabo's exactly right. But it became apparent pretty quickly that, he was going to die on that hill. And that's exactly what happens. You die on that hill. You just can't do it without playing that game. The game's changed. It's not fair, and it sure doesn't help places that are struggling to raise money to begin with. Big money. And Clemson's one of those places. Clemson's not. South Carolina, their fan base is not flush. And so, but he made those statements, and it just, that kind of became his calling card for about 5 years, and you just can't win like that.
It feels like, and I think this is just what happens with fan bases and coaches, man. You just go, it's hard to be anywhere. What did Cal say, 10 years? At Kentucky?
It's impossible.
This is sort of like that Cal situation at Kentucky, I think. And I think it was so good for Cal to go somewhere else. I think if you were to talk to him about it, you just see like a re-energized, not that he was out of energy there, but it just didn't feel the same. And it just doesn't feel the same at Clemson with Dabo. I mean, obviously Dabo
the
can
run's
coach.
up.
Yeah.
The run's up. And look, the Hall of Fame is filled with coaches in all sports whose run ended.
It's so hard when you don't feel appreciated in that job. You know, it just is. I mean, it's that way in life, right? Like, it's hard to be at any job where you don't feel appreciated. I mean, let's talk to Bart about that.
Bart, do you feel appreciated today?
Do you feel appreciated, Bart?
I do, yes.
Yeah. What's going on over there in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room? You got the actual top 25 today for us?
I do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your top 25.
Your top 25.
Yeah.
We'll do that when we come back.
Okay.
We'll go to the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Hey, if you're watching the games, go to Walk-Ons. More than 60 TVs at every location. It's a great place to watch the NFL. Of course, college football on Saturdays or anytime there's a game. Monday Night Football, last night. Whatever the occasion is, you're going to get great food and a great experience. And ask about Flight by Yuengling on tap, 95 calories. It's the next generation of light beer. Tastes like a Yuengling. But again, it's only 95 calories. It's the Chuck and Bo Show at 8:13 on Jason Gilbert's birthday, Tuesday. Good morning. This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eyes. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at mcdonaldeye.com.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart's over there fact-checking. Kind of ruined.
Just ruined the whole day for me. Has everything I've said on this show been fact-checked?
This would not have happened. This would not have happened.
Have you gone home and fact-checked everything I've said?
No.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
As much as y'all want us to win and the state wants us to win, the guys in the locker room want to win too. So it's Notre Dame. If I had a concern, I'd be telling you that I didn't think I had a good team or a good leadership on the team. And if I told you that, I'd be lying. So we'll be ready to play.
I do think they'll come out and give great effort on Saturday, and people are betting that way. Oaklawn Sports, download the Oaklawn Sports app. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Bet with the brand you trust, Oaklawn Sports. It's down to 4.5.
It's moving.
Money coming in on Arkansas to cover. 11 a.m. What time's the kickoff, Bart?
It is at 11 a.m., which has not been a kind kickoff time for the Razorbacks in recent years.
Yeah, a whole weekend of festivities planned. What do you think the crowd's going to be like?
I don't know if it's going to be full or not. I think most of the tickets are going to be sold.
Yeah. I'll be there. You'll be there.
I'll be there. Planning on
Chance
going.
to see Notre Dame. The Golden Dome's inside Razorback Stadium. Okay, here's another one. You ready? Is it okay if I go here? Arkansas wins. And if they win, do they rush the field?
Oh, please no.
Why not? You wait 3 minutes and you go.
Okay, that's part of the problem right there. Nobody's waiting 3 minutes. Nobody's waiting 3 minutes.
I mean, the countdown's on. They put 3 minutes on the scoreboard. They count it down and bang.
Nobody's waiting 3 minutes, first of all, in that
We have
situation.
covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? We've covered 10-2, and does that Memphis loss keep you out of the playoff? We've covered will they win another game, and I've got a $50 wager with Big Keith in the house that Arkansas will win another game, and he says they won't.
Big Keith.
And now we go to the actual top 25. Here in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation
Is this
Room.
the actual or Bart's?
Bart's top 25.
Or Bart
That is the actual.
I got you.
Bart is
My
he is
mistake.
our
My
actual top
mistake.
25. What do you have, Bart?
No change from last week to the number one team. Ohio State still holding down the top spot, in my opinion.
All right.
A change, however, a shake-up, if you will,
Yes.
beyond that.
Yes, shake it up.
Miami moves up to number 2 after their win over Florida. They beat Florida worse than LSU beat Florida, so they've traded places with LSU.
Okay.
That's good logic.
Ohio State, Miami, LSU, 4 Georgia. Thank you, Chuck. 5 Oregon, 6 Florida State moving up a spot, 7 Penn State moving down a spot.
They're at number 3 in the AP.
Well, they're wrong. 8 Texas A&M, 9 Ole Miss, 10 Oklahoma.
Wow. Ole Miss, top 10 team.
Oklahoma.
Are you telling me Arkansas was a fumble away from possibly beating what now is a top 10 team?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
All right.
11 Alabama, 12 Texas, Tennessee 13.
Okay, hold on. Alabama, has Alabama gotten their feet underneath them?
Yeah, I think they're going to be just fine.
Okay. All right.
Just
Wow,
fine.
listen to that overreaction we had about Florida State. And now they're
Now, I
just
mean, look,
fine.
Alabama, Georgia this weekend. We're going to find out.
Alabama's going to get beat this weekend.
Yeah, they're going to get beat.
They're going to get beat Saturday.
I don't
Where
know.
they play? Where they play?
It's in Athens.
Okay.
I don't know.
UGA.
Oh, what time's that game? 11?
Of course it's not, because it's not a real kickoff time.
What time are they
What
playing?
time are they playing, Bart?
They're playing the night
2:30
game.
or the night
No,
game?
6:30.
Ooh,
Yeah.
night in
That'll be
Athens, and you
great.
got
We'll be
Alabama winning
home.
the game?
Alabama's going to go between the hedges on Saturday night.
I'm
and
not.
win.
I'm not saying. I'm
Georgia
just
Well,
saying.
you said they're going to be just fine.
I think they are going to.
If
be
Georgia
just
does
But
that
so
stupid
it's not just fine
blackout
if they
thing,
lose.
if Georgia does that dumb blackout thing, they're going to lose.
I think Penn State's having a whiteout this weekend.
That's different. Georgia, every time they do that blackout thing, it blows up on them.
Penn State, Oregon, also Saturday night.
Oh, yes.
But Penn State, Oregon. That's not big noon kickoff. That's not 11 a.m.
Which game are the Razorbacks and Notre Dame competing against? What are they opposite? What's the big noon kickoff?
Some slappies playing each other. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
well, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
USC and Illinois.
We derailed it.
Yeah.
USC and Illinois.
That's a bounce back game for Illinois. I like the Illini.
Yeah, they'll win.
Okay, so 11 Alabama, 12 Texas, 13 Tennessee, 14 Georgia Tech, 15 Indiana, jumping way up.
So I'd move them even higher.
Yeah, Indiana might have to jump up to number 2.
I don't know about that. Vanderbilt, 16. Missouri, 17. Texas Tech, 18. USC, 19.
Boy, you still don't believe Texas Tech is better than 18?
You don't think Texas Tech would be Vandy?
No.
Okay.
20 Notre Dame, 21 Auburn, 22 TCU, 23 Illinois, 24 Iowa State, and 25 the Memphis Tigers.
Look at that. Look at that.
Memphis. They got to get in there sometimes.
Some group of
the G5 spot. They got to get in there.
And they're going to be in the playoff.
If they win out,
they are going to be in the playoff.
Chuck, tell us about Chevy of Fayetteville and that Silverado you got.
It's great. I love it. Every time I drive it, I just feel a little bit better about the world.
I can hear you in the morning when you click your lock and the truck beeps. And so this morning I grabbed my keys and
I noticed that. What happens is when you get out and you leave the keys in, it beeps. The horn goes
lets
off
you know
twice.
that you left your keys
right.
in.
And I'm not going to go into it. I walk around the other side of the truck, get my stuff, and that's when I grab the keys and all that. Be that as it may, you're right. It does give the double horn there when you leave your keys inside. Smooth ride. That's what I like about it. And I got a great deal. I did. They always give you a great deal at Fayetteville Auto Park, Chevy of Fayetteville. And right now you can save big money on Silverados. And let's drive, because I'm telling you, it's a fun automobile, truck.
They got a great selection there right now. Arthur is in Vermont. Arthur, we were getting worried about you. I'm glad you called.
Yeah, I was driving this morning. I had to give this fellow a ride to his appointment down here in Burlington. So I guess I could have wrote a letter.
We missed that opportunity when you were inside.
Yeah, we should have been pen pals.
If only we had known.
It would have been.
How many people do you think listen to us in prison, Arthur? Did you listen to us when you were in? No, zero?
I could not. No, because there's no. It's like being in prison is like being in a third world country. That's the only way to explain it. I mean, there's black market toilet paper. There's black. It's just. You are completely cut off. I would get Hogs Illustrated.
Okay.
And that I could have got by the last year, I probably could have afforded getting the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, like Sunday paper only.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no. Where I was at, I was in a FCI Laredo, which is about an hour away from Happy Valley. So no matter what people say about Sam Pittman, he did me the biggest favor in the world. When Arkansas beat Penn State, and the game ended at 3:30 right at shift change, buddy, I was waiting on him at the gate. I was like, yes.
That's funny.
That's great.
But
what a story.
oh my gosh, that checked a lot of boxes, bud. God, what was I going to call in and say?
Do you think Arkansas has a chance against Notre Dame?
No. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch every game, but it's just, can we? I think there's potential for the basketball team this year. That's a positive.
Yeah.
This team is built for right now. And when it fell through, that's hard to overcome, the loss to Memphis, man. It's like I go back and I think remember there was a running back in the early 2000s that decided to go to Memphis, and he decided
Williams.
to go to Memphis. and he was like the one guy that we lost. Him and probably Brett Swain. Man, if we would have had him, but it's like he feels validated right now. It just it's hard to overcome that, and if there's going to have to be. This roster next year, they're going to have to really put it together again in the off season and see what they have. But for this team, it's not like I said, it's not like years past where you got something that, all right, well, they were close this year. Maybe it's like these guys aren't going to be here.
Right.
So, I hope they win. I mean, if they play hard, that'll be hell, I can't say they're not playing hard. It just looks like like I said, this is a team that is really physical at the point of attack, and if they and our offense turns the ball over, it's just a recipe for really lopsided losses. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's just hope I am.
Yeah, let's go with that. All right.
And then it's funny when somebody says they won 900, and then a couple of sentences later they say they won 5,000. So
Keith in the house. Big Keith. Has he sent that 10-team parlay? Thank you, Arthur. Has he sent that yet?
No.
But he just explained
You've
that
not seen
really
the
well.
betting
You
slip?
can't send something that doesn't exist.
He said it's funny that somebody says they've
He's been
won
trying to figure out
900,
Photoshop for 2 hours.
A couple sentences later, 5,000. That happened earlier on the show today.
My favorite part of that whole conversation with Big Keith earlier was Chuck says, you lost it Friday night, and Big Keith goes, well, I went 13-3. Well, 13-3. You still lose your money,
That's
my man.
3 too many losses. Yeah.
It's called a parlay.
It was funny, like Friday night when Tulsa puts away Oklahoma State, the first thing all of us thought was, well, Big Keith, man.
God, how bad was that?
He's going to be out of the house.
For Gundy. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh, that whole thing.
It's over there. That's over.
I mean, Gundy, Dabo, you think Dabo will be at Clemson next year?
No.
Not if he
You
keeps
think
losing?
Gundy will be at Oklahoma State?
No, certainly not. No.
I mean,
I think
is he
Gundy's
the
gone.
longest tenured coach in all of college football? Gundy?
I think it's him and Kirk
Ferentz. Yeah. Right behind him.
Wow.
Yeah. How about that? How does Kirk Ferentz lasted so long at Iowa?
Good politician.
It's the
I mean,
biggest-
and so is Gundy. So is Gundy. And so
That's
is
the
any
biggest
coach that
mystery
lasts
in
20
football
years.
history.
I mean,
Well, because Iowa doesn't do anything spectacular, but I guess they don't do anything bad enough.
They've had some rough patches, but yeah, I mean, like that's right. That's right. Like they're never terrible.
They're entrenched.
Hey.
Those guys are entrenched.
Hey, big
it's about personality.
big announcement. I don't know what I'm waiting so long for, but tomorrow at this time, Lou Holtz on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Wow. What a day.
I mean,
He's coming to the game.
yeah. He's coming to the game. So we'll have him on the show tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. I didn't really get much fanfare from you when I told you, Bart. Yeah. There we go. I thought you'd be excited about that.
There we go.
Taylor McGregor's back on the show this week. Mm-hmm. She's going to be on the sideline for this call. Who else we got? Oh, we got somebody from Notre Dame tomorrow morning at 6:30.
Yeah. Pete, not Pete Sampras, Pete Sampson. Yes. I saw that text and I thought, that's amazing. He goes from being a Wimbledon champion to being the media relations man for Notre Dame.
Hey,
whatever he does.
Have you found
Writer.
Have you found yourself in?
That's what I thought it said.
Have you found yourself in trouble? I mean, we all get there from time to time. You need a free consultation from an attorney. Cadell Reynolds can do that for you. Log on to CadellReynolds.com. You're dealing with personal injury, struggling to get Social Security disability, maybe drowning in debt. Call the team that fights for Arkansans. Bill Reynolds and the attorneys at Cadell Reynolds. 866-314-3728. CadellReynolds.com. Free consultation. Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
Hey guys. You're having a great show today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who's going to be the first to
Good
get a
summer.
Chuck and Bo tattoo? I mean, I think Chuck might do it.
No. You can have mine. You just get 2 of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I was just noticing, it's been storming in Benton County.
Yeah.
If you're listening in Benton County, I'm not breaking any news to you. You've had, I was looking at the radar, lots of red. Yeah. We got a lot of rain in the northern part of Arkansas. It's moving toward the east. It's a good thing we're not in Mountain Home because they're going to get it here in a little while.
It would have been great to be there.
It
but
would
we wouldn't have been able to get the golf in.
Now
Bart's
south,
chance at 90.
South of us in Fayetteville, it's not doing anything. But north of us, it's doing a lot. By the way, Saturday morning, 52 degrees as the sun comes up.
Baby.
A high of 83 later in the day, but it won't be 83 at kickoff. But it'll be
very nice.
52. What do you got over there?
This is incredible.
Yeah.
this is look at the date on there.
I can't see that far.
11/27/12.
Okay.
Okay, this is from 2012.
Okay.
This is when we had the season-long coaching search, and Bart would rank coaches.
I kept every one of them.
So let me give you. I'm going to give you the top
Bart's the
25
historian.
coaches that Bart had pegged to replace John L. Smith.
This
back
was
in
13 years ago.
in 2012. Okay, Gary Patterson 1, Mike Gundy 2, Chris Peterson 3.
I stand by that.
Butch Jones 4.
He was at Cincinnati.
Yes.
Paul Rhodes 5.
Wow.
He was doing good things at Iowa State.
James Franklin, Dan Mullen, Gus Malzahn,
I stand by
Steve
those.
Sarkisian at number 9.
Well, that's when he was,
David Shaw, Butch Davis, Tommy Tuberville, Bob Diaco, Kirby Smart, Al Golden, Dana Holgerson, Charlie Strong.
Yeah, that one's no good.
Sonny Dykes, Willie Taggart, Mark
also no
D'Antonio, Bart's final 15, 11/27/12, Peterson, Gundy, Patterson, Butch Jones at 4.
I regret that one, okay?
James Franklin, David Shaw, Gus Malzahn, Steve Sarkisian, number 8. He was 8th on the list.
That was where was Sark though? At that time, he was like unemployed, wasn't he?
He was having a rough time.
Fight on.
He was having a
at
rough
those
time.
USC booster meetings.
He was having a rough time.
No, he was the head coach at Washington.
He was, but he was having a rough time. Dan Mullen, Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart was the DC at Alabama at the time.
Yeah.
Wow. Paul Rhodes, Bob Diaco.
Are the top 3 in coaching now? Are they coaching teams?
No.
Gundy?
Gundy's the
For
only
the
one.
time being?
Gary Patterson retired.
Yeah. Peterson's on TV.
Peterson retired.
Yeah, he's on television.
Yeah.
Peterson would have been a great hire. He's a heck of a coach.
Also receiving votes, Al Golden.
Hey, NFL
Sonny Dykes
coordinator.
and Charlie Strong.
Yeah.
Charlie Strong's regrettable.
This is when week Bart has dropped from the poll.
Butch Jones at 4
Yeah,
is
well,
stunning.
he was
stunning.
He was at Cincinnati at the time.
Look at this. Dropped from the poll. He had dropped from the poll weekly. Al Golden was dropped out of the poll one week. Dana Holgerson, Charlie Strong, Sonny Dykes, and Mark. He would move people out of the poll when they'd lose.
You remember when Dana Holgerson left West Virginia to go to Houston, and everybody's like, why? And I guess is he in coaching still?
Who?
Dana Holgerson.
Yeah,
Is he head coach?
he's the OC at Nebraska.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there. At least he landed on his feet.
Well, Nebraska hasn't won a top 25 game since when?
2016.
2016.
You know, we sometimes can say, woe is me, but look at Nebraska. You know, everyone says, what about Nebraska? Nebraska's not beaten a ranked team in football since 2016, and they have never won an NCAA tournament basketball game on the men's side. Never, as in never. And in football, they've not beaten a ranked team since 2016. So we can feel like we got it bad. Maybe it's not as good as it could be, but, you know, you could be, you know.
Football's king there, and football, it's a behemoth football program.
It's a behemoth stadium, too.
I mean, that is a monster football program.
Nothing's bigger in Nebraska than Nebraska football. I mean, it's the biggest game.
Well, corn.
Well, maybe so. Price of corn, record of Nebraska football. It kind of depends on,
it's a fair
which
point.
side of the fence you're on.
It is a fair point. By the way, if Oklahoma State fires Mike Gundy, they'll owe him $15 million. They don't have $15 million. They're going to reach an agreement. Hey, what happened with Bruce Pearl? What's going on here?
He's getting ready to run for U.S. Senate.
But then somebody said that wasn't true.
It's going to happen.
He said he wasn't. I
what
believe in
he
his,
said,
in his video.
Saban said he'd never coach Alabama, too.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
that's how you look at the world.
No.
Very
they are lying
it's
to me.
6 degrees of Saban denying he'd ever coach at Alabama for me. No, I think he's going to run for U.S. Senate. I think that's been in his plans for quite some time. I think he'll win in a landslide, and I think he knows it.
I didn't realize, sliding over to this, that Biff Poggi, if you don't know who he is, he's the guy that coaches with sleeveless shirts on. He coached at Charlotte.
Without the arms to support it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the sleeveless shirt that draws your eye. It's the arms.
Yeah. So all that sign stealing and cheating that Michigan had going on for their national championship run, Sharon Moore had to sit out. Is he still sitting? How many games? He had to sit out a couple of games to start the season.
I think it was just 2.
And so Poggi was the interim coach for Michigan, and they beat Nebraska, and here's how he said he was going to celebrate.
What are you going to do tonight to celebrate?
I'm going to eat some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream with my wife and smoke a Cuban cigar and then probably go to the hospital.
Sounds like a big night.
All right.
What,
okay, then.
What's the...
Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
What is it about how do you celebrate a win? And that question to a coach. Like this guy, Pittman, Gus goes to Waffle House. What is it? That's always the we'll have to ask Taylor McGregor that.
Yeah.
Why does everyone want to know how a coach is going to celebrate?
We asked Josh Pastor that one time.
Really?
When he was the coach at Memphis. We were doing the old show, and he said, with a glass of milk and a slice of pizza. That's what I said.
Disgusting combination.
Speaking of pizza, I once watched Jim Leland smoke a cigarette while eating pizza. Like at the same time. Not after he finished the pizza. Like while he was eating the pizza in his office at spring training.
One of my favorite sports memories. Going to Tigers spring training, and Leland was there, and I was down on the field, and he's right behind the cage, and he's got, he's dressed like he's ready to play golf. He's got a heater, he's got it cupped. He always had the cup going, when you couldn't really tell if it was in his hand or not.
In the dugout.
I have never seen Jim Leland on screen or in person when he's not had the cup going, and he's had the smoke in his hand.
No, you're right. You're right. I told you about those teamwork roofing shirts. You could
you
sleeves
roll
on
them
those
up.
ponchos. You just roll up a pack of smokes in there if you need to. I regret that we're not at Big Creek Country Club today because of the weather for Bart's Breaking 90, but we'll be there the 14th of October. We'll tell you plenty in advance more about that, but we would have got to see our friends at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Hey, all these storms, all this weather, it seems like somebody somewhere always needs a roof. Whether it's new construction, commercial, residential, whatever it is, if you have an insurance situation and you get 3 quotes, for example, make sure you make Teamwork Roofing and Construction one of those quotes. Just log on to teamworkbuilt.com. Certified in Malarkey shingles. They use only the best materials, so your roof will last, and you're getting it done with certified crews. And it doesn't matter the complication or difficulty of the job. They've got certified crews ready to be on it today. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by teamwork. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's stunning to hear every 20 minutes a child is diagnosed with a critical illness. But we can help. Grant life-changing wishes with Waiters for Wishes and the Razorback men's basketball team. It's Tuesday, September 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Walk-Ons in Fayetteville. This private ticketed event lets you take photos, get autographs, challenge your favorite hog to a Papa Shot, and bid on silent auction items, all benefiting Make-A-Wish Mid-South. Tables are limited and going fast, so reserve yours today at midsouth.wish.org.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal Price Check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hardtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hardtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
In this room have opinions. Facts are secondary to a good argument.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I was talking to a guy the other day that took our advice.
He heard us talking about your son and the success that they'd had with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. It was his first time out to buy a home. And the report's always the same. Man, it was so much easier than I thought it was going to be because they just take care of it for you. And it is peace of mind, and it is what you get with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whether you're buying a home, whether you're selling a home, trust them with your investment. We couldn't be happier, partners for life. They're in Northwest Arkansas, Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com.
Nelson, we're sorry you've been on hold, man. We got lost. You're here now,
man,
bro.
you know.
Thank you for holding.
You know me.
What's going on,
That's
buddy?
all right, guys. Guys, yeah, I've spent all day yesterday listening to stuff, kind of, taking my time, working, chewing through this Memphis loss, thinking, what happened? Everybody's so up in arms about coaching and Bobby Petrino and him trying to undercut Sam. Bobby Petrino spoke at the first of the season, whenever he had his chance to speak, and they were trying to bait him into saying something about being the head coach then. And he's like, I'm the offensive coordinator. He told me, I'm the offensive coordinator. So I don't think Bobby Petrino's trying to do that. I think Bobby Petrino's trying to get this offense to work right, and he's trying to keep Taylor Green on the right track. And these two games that we've lost, Ole Miss and Memphis, what has been the common denominators besides the fumbles? Interceptions. And the interceptions that we can't have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's really been the problem. And Taylor Green said that whenever him and Campbell were up there after the Memphis game.
He did.
They were asking Campbell something about the defense or effort or something. And Taylor Green said, well, I threw an interception and put him right back on the field.
Yeah, he owned it, and I thought showed some leadership there that was probably lost in all the frustration that we all had about the game. More to come tomorrow.
Yep, we'll be here.
Back
here tomorrow.
We're going to do it again tomorrow, Notre Dame week. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initial